Right, guys, check it out. Look at the Lincoln MKX 3.7. Wow, it's been a while. We got a problem on this. Show you what's going on. We got some fluid underneath here. Alright, so if you look down here, we got a lot of fluids just hanging out on the frame right there. It's a red fluid, you can tell, and it's and I can see that it's leaking from the passenger side. Let's zoom in right there. Hopefully we could catch that. There we go. It's a little blurry, but there we go. Right there, that fluid is about to drop, and that is coming from the pressure line of the power steering pump. That's the pump right there. So the owner of this vehicle has been driving this for like maybe about 4 or 5 days now, and then they just keep adding and adding fluid, and it's just getting worse and worse. I told them if there's any fluid on the driveway before. I said no, before nothing, but now for the past 2 days this is what's looked like. It's just getting worse and worse. So in this video we're gonna change power steering line on this Lincoln 3.7. This is a 2012, so all the same thing with 3.5. Let's go. All right, let's go back underneath here again. We got the light going, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do here. So passenger side, here's the power steering pump right there, and the line, you see it's almost, oh, there you go, drip. That's the line right there, and it goes all the way up over the exhaust manifold, and then behind the edge of the valve cover right there, that silver tinfoil with the bracket. So pretty much it curves over down back to the rack and pinion. So that's the bungee bolt right there that we need to take out, and that's the end of that power steering line, the pressure side, and goes up over to the exhaust manifold and down to the power steering pump. So that's the route. I'm gonna show you on the chart here. It's way better. All right, here's the chart I'm talking about. So you can see this is the power steering pump right there. There's the line that leaks from here. There's an O-ring right there. Somehow it leaks from the O-ring, so it goes over the exhaust manifold. See those two bracket right there? It clamps into the edge of this valve cover bolts, and then goes down under to the rack and pinion, and that's the bungee bolt right there. There's torque spec if you guys want to see it. Torque spec right there on the bolt right there. Okay, and this is the hose we got. We're gonna take out the old one and prep this new one in. We'll put the bracket right here. There's 2 brackets to hold it down, just like this guys right here, to hold it down. We put the O-ring, we put the bungee bolt with 2 washer, and then we'll install it to the vehicle. Sounds easy, right? But I heard that this is a 2.5 hour job. Sounds easy, but let's get started. Back underneath here, you see that power steering pump right there with the fluid start leaking out. So here's the bolt right there. We got it out. This is a 10 mil socket that I use as a deep socket with the flexible head ratchet on this one. So basically it's pretty tough without having one hand and holding the other hand with the camera. That's the end of that power steering line right there. So oh my god, this is gonna be tough with the. So I put my hand on this side and my eyeball on this side right here, right in between the tire and the frame of this vehicle. So you put your hand on this side, you can see I got my hand right here. You work your way out right here while grabbing that ratchet, and just keep ratcheting it on this side. It's easy to put your head on this side so that you can see what you're doing, so that you can put that socket on the head of the bolt. So just keep doing that. And I got the bracket up on the top right there. I got the bracket out. 2 bracket, one right there and one on the other side over there. 2 bracket. All right, on this side right here, you can see the bungee bolt is out. It's loose. I use a 5/8 socket on that one. Just a small shallow socket, and then just keep working with the ratchet on this side of here. You had about a 1/4 inch movement on that ratchet, so just keep reefing down back and forth like this while you crack that thing loose, and then you just use your hand to spin it out. And make sure grab a bucket or a catch can to catch your fluid. You don't want a big mess on your driveway. Well, it's a big mess anyway, so make sure you get a bucket, catch all those oil. And then now it's time to fish this old power steering line out. We're gonna pull it down on this side, and then we're just gonna guide the one on the right side. We're gonna guide it out so that's easy to come out. Here's the banjo bolt. There's 2 washers on there, so make sure to take those 2 out, replace it with the brand new one. There's the second washer right there. Alright guys, there we go. That's the end of the line. Let's take a look in here. Let's bring it outside. This is the line that connects to the rack and pinion. There's nothing wrong with this side. The big problem here is this side right there. And you can see there's a problem right there already. Right there. Look at that O-ring. The O-ring is stripped. Yeah, the O-ring is stripped right there. Installing this, we have to be careful. We don't want this thing to kink or get pinched. We'll take this thing out. Yeah, right there guys, there's a break right there. The O-ring is just ripped on the corner. You have to be careful installing this back into the power steering pump because it kind of pinched the edge and it broke. Mostly what we do is we'll put a brand new O-ring on here, but now it's out anyways. We're just gonna get a brand new power steering line. Alright, so here's the new one right there. Here's the old one. You can see we're just gonna match it up, make sure that it's the same size, the same shape. It looks the same to me. So let's transfer this brackets on here. The other brackets is on the vehicle side already. I can just take that out and then install it with the brand new hose. We'll adjust this later when we install this on the vehicle side. Alright, so we'll put this new power steering line back into the vehicle the way how it came out. So starting from this driver's side right here, it goes in, up and over on the propeller shaft. Goes up like that, over the exhaust manifold. Alright guys, so you can see it there. This is hard to see from the camera, but it's up and over now, going over to the other side. You can see on this side right there, the power steering line right there. And it's gonna go to the power steering pump after. I'm gonna show you what they look like. Line right there, it's all lined up to the hole. All the route is ready to go. I got the bracket over the hose, pretty much almost there. Okay, so we're gonna be taking out that yellow cap so that we could put the O-ring back in the end of that line, and then we'll put it in the hole on the power steering pump, and then we'll lock it down with our bolt and using a 10mm sockets on that one. Alright guys, I got the cap out, the yellow cap. Now there's an O-ring in there now. I put a little bit of oil on that O-ring so it's nice and easy when it goes into that hole right there. This is the part where that rubber got cut when you install the line back in the hole, so be careful. It goes in straight, make sure it goes in straight, and put a lube on that rubber. Alright guys, I got the bolt right there. It's all hand tight on that thing. It's ready to go. Alright guys, hopefully you can see this now. So make sure to clean the face of that hole right here. Clean it with the rag, and then clean this one as well with the rag. Clean the banjo bolts with a brand new washer. Okay, and then there's another washer, 2 total, so this will get sandwiched here. We'll put the banjo bolt. So we'll put the washer at the back of this line, and then the banjo bolt after. It will get sandwiched. There's 2 washer in there, copper washer. Just gonna go hand tight for a bit. Double check, make sure the washer is in there. You don't want to drop it. This side is tough because we have to wiggle the line when you put that banjo bolt in, and you have to hold that both washer in so they won't fall. Just double check, make sure the washer are there. You can see with the mirror right there, 2 washers sandwiched together to the line. You can see that. So this is good. Just wiggle this line right here while you're spinning the bungee bolt. That's a tricky way, is wiggle the line so that we could catch that first thread. Just keep wiggling while you're spinning the bolt, okay? And when the bolt is bottom out, that's when you get the ratchet and then just torque it to spec. Okay, here we go. Just keep ratcheting it down. There's not much movement, but it will work. All right, there we go. It's nice and snug. I can feel it. Double check, make sure it's nice and snug. And then after that, and then we'll go to the other side. Double check, make sure it's not moving. All right, let's go to the other side. So you can see there's not much room in here. I managed to put the camera on for you guys just to see how tough this is. My arm is just right around the exhaust. All right, there you go. One more. Okay, there you go. Brackets right there left, and then bracket on the right is secure, ready to go. So now this side is done. Let's go up top. We'll put some fluid in, and then we'll bleed the bubble out of the system. Keep the wheel spinning left and right here. We get the air out of the system. Seems like it's soft. It's pretty good when it's soft like that. And check the reservoir, make sure you're full of fluid. All right, let's go back to normal straight here. I just got back from a drive. I just saw a little bit of a drop right here, but it was just an extra fluid from the frame. Nothing serious. You can see on the power steering pump side, it looks good. There's no red fluid. There's no dripping. It looks dry to me. And you can see on this side right here, it looks good. The bungee bolt, it's not wet. It looks dry to me. So this is confirmed. It's a fix, guys. And make sure keep an eye on the fluid on that reservoir, that if it's going down, you know something that's dripping. And keep an eye on the floor, make sure there's no wet spot on the floor. So that's it, guys. This is a fix. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up. I'm going home. It's 8:30 at night. See you guys again in the next one. See ya.